Hello, my name is Amelia Alfiero. I'm an environmental science and political science major at Bloomsburg University. This project is about India's emergency management system. I'm interested in this because I have a minor in emergency management and I also have a focus in foreign affairs. So this is right up my alley. India faces all kinds of hazards. As seen in the graph, they are very affected by storms, floods, as well as epidemics. They can also face droughts, heat waves, earthquakes, tsunamis, and cyclones, which are like the hurricanes we experience in the US. In emergency management, resilience is the ability of individuals, communities, and systems to prepare for hazards, adapt to changing conditions, and withstand and recover rapidly from disruptions. It encompasses both proactive measures to reduce vulnerability and the capacity to quickly restore essential functions and systems after a disaster. So an area that is vulnerable to hazards would be an area that is not resilient. When combining populations that are vulnerable and experience geographic risk, you could get a disaster. These major places of overlap experience droughts, heat waves, floods, and cyclones. However, the ultra-vulnerable areas are not at any risk to experience winter weather. So based off these two maps, India would experience the worst devastation in these areas with the aforementioned hazards. India has vulnerable populations in multiple ways. Geographically, where India is located is prone to many types of natural hazards, but furthermore, literacy rates in India are 77.7%. This means that up to 22.3% of their population can't understand the emergency warning or messaging that the government tries to send. Generally, in populations, the lowest literacy rates are seen within the poorest populations. These people wouldn't have access to auditory messaging, for example, a TV screen. This puts these populations in even more danger because they don't know what to do in case of an emergency or if they are mandated to evacuate. Andhra Pradesh and Bihar are having a hard time raising their literacy rates. In Bihar, about 74.3% of people can read and write, while that number is just over 72.6 in Andhra Pradesh. Because of poverty, inadequate infrastructure, and inequality between men and women, these states struggle with literacy. Because of the status of some Muslims in India, their literacy rate is low at 68.54%. This means that they are more at risk than the Hindus with an average literacy rate of 73.27%. Some historical disasters in India are the Kerala floods in 2018. There was over 400 fatalities and it displaced over 200,000 people. The Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004 caused massive devastation to southern parts of India, the Andaman Nicobar Islands, and caused over 200,000 fatalities. The Gujarat earthquake in 2001 caused over 20,000 fatalities and 167,000 injured and left 400,000 homeless. And finally, the Odisha supercyclone that happened in 1999 and caused more than 10,000 fatalities, destroyed 200,000 homes, and left 1.67 million people homeless. The National Disaster Management Authority of India, abbreviated as NDMA, is the apex body of government in India, with a mandate to lay down policies for disaster management. The NDMA was established through the Disaster Management Act, enacted by the Government of India on the 23rd of December 2005. It is headed by the Prime Minister of India and can have up to 9 other members. Since 2024, there has been 3 new members. Currently, one of the new members, Raja Singh, is the head of the department of the NDMA. It has the following responsibilities. It lays down policies on national disaster management. It approves the national plan. It lays down guidelines to be followed by state authorities. It coordinates the enforcement and implementation of the policy and plans for disaster management. It recommends provisional funds for the purpose of mitigation. And finally, it provides such support to other countries affected by major disasters as to be determined by the central government. Bodies helping with National Disaster Management Authority, or the NDMA, as the Continent Authority, are the Department of Telecommunications, and they manage the technical infrastructure, the telecom operators, they implement the broadcasts, and the Common Alerting Protocol, that is a standardized messaging format that India uses. India's emergency alert system, officially known as the Cell Broadcasting Alert System, or CBAS, has been quietly operating since 2019. Instead, it uses Cell Broadcast Service as a technology that has been around since the early days of mobile networks but is underutilized. It has area-based targeting. The system can send alerts to all devices connected to specific cell towers, meaning it can target geographic areas with pinpoint accuracy. There's no network congestion, unlike SMS, which can get delayed during emergencies when everyone's trying to call or text. Cell broadcasts don't clog up the network. They're sent on a separate channel. There's no registration required. You don't need to download an app or register anywhere. If you have a mobile phone that's switched on, you'll receive alerts. And it works on any phone, from the latest iPhone to a basic feature phone. It can connect to cellular network. It can receive these alerts. So where is it working? During cyclones, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh have successfully used the systems during cyclones Fani and Amphan to potentially save thousands of lives. It has also been used successfully during COVID-19. During the pandemic, several states used the system to broadcast health information, lockdown advisories, and more. Finally, India has used the system during flash flood warnings. Kerala and Karnataka have deployed alerts during monsoon season. So where does this alert system fall short? For starters, there's inconsistent coverage. Unlike the UK or the US's universal system, India's alerts vary dramatically by state and telecom operator. What works in Odisha might not work in Punjab. There's also difficulties with language barriers. While alerts can be sent in regional languages, there's no standardized approach. A tourist in one part of India might not understand an alert they receive. There has also never been any nationwide testing. This means we don't actually know if the system would work seamlessly across all 1.4 billion potential devices during a real national emergency. There is also no real-time earthquake warnings. Unlike Japan's sophisticated earthquake early warning system, India's alerts are primarily for post-disaster management rather than pre-disaster warnings. There's also limited public awareness. Most Indians don't even know this system exists. There has been no public education campaign explaining what these alerts look like or how to respond to them or even to trust them. What now? To reduce impacts from natural hazards, India needs to make improvements to their current system. India needs to focus on education in multiple ways. They should increase public awareness of the programs they already have in place and focus on raising their literacy rates and/or standardizing their messaging. They should also focus most of these efforts in the most vulnerable places. They should continue to develop early warning systems like Japan has for earthquakes, and they should also nationally test their systems to ensure all the pieces of the puzzle work together seamlessly. These are my sources, and thank you for watching. This is a project for my Asian politics class at Bloomsburg University. Make sure, if you like this video, to like and subscribe, and let me know if you want more projects like these in the future.